Hey guys, welcome back to GTech Finance. George here. We're gonna take a look at the stimulus package, the actual language of unemployment, and which portion will be boosted. You want to pay attention to. We're gonna make this one easy. We're gonna jump directly into the unemployment boost section. First thing first, the extension of federal PUC, and that stands for Pandemic Unemployment Compensation, has to do with the boost. And here's the language for the boost. The expiration will be, instead of March 14th, 2021, it will now be August 29th. So that will be the week ending August 29th is when unemployment will expire. This is different from through September, which is what Joe Biden had mentioned sort of on the campaign trail during the Georgia runoff elections. It looks like he got whittled back to essentially the end of August, rather than through the fiscal year of the United States, which does end September 30th of every calendar year. The boost will go up to 400. There is no retroactivity, though, to that 400, so it's not like you're going to get extra $100 per week going retroactively for all those weeks. You've got 300. It's just literally for everything for weeks ending after March 14th and before August 29th. You will get a 400 per week boost. Now, one of the first questions that came up is this section was, hey, what about that extra 100? A quick, by the way, example as to how this extra 100 boost works. I mean, by now you probably already know because you're either getting it or not. But in case you're not getting it and you're wondering, like, wait, what extra 100 boost? How does that work? Okay, so here's just a quick example. Let's say you're self-employed and you're a realtor and you usually make, let's say, $50,000 a year. You also have a W-2 job and make $10,000 a year because you're working, let's say, in some shop or retail. And technically, because you're employed, you don't qualify as much state employment and you get halved in terms of how much unemployment pay you can get with your self-employment income. And so there are fancy calculations that go into this bottom line. Congress has said you're in this kind of situation, you have at least $5,000 of self-employment income and you're referred to as essentially a mixed earner. You would be eligible potentially for this extra $100 a week on top of the boost. This is where that came from. It actually came from this section right here, which is on page 33 of the old bill, the $600 bill, which obviously that's old news. It has already passed, but it's called 261, Mixed Earner Unemployment Compensation. And this is where you get an extra $100 in any case in which individual receives at least 5,000 of self-employment income. So if you have that, but you're getting a larger, you would also have W-2 job where you might be, and this section here, it becomes very important because basically I lined these sections. I wanted to see that 100 boost also getting extended, and whether or not that survives is actually a little bit tricky to read. I think I figured it out because the only place mixed earner unemployment is mentioned is up here and the other page after it, and that has to do with disregarding additional compensation of purposes, Medicaid and CHIP. So it doesn't really tell us if that extra 100 boost is going to continue. So what I did is I went over here to the sections that I can show, and they're amending section 2104E2 of the CARES, and they're also adding these new dates for section 2104B, which is exactly going back to the old bill, the $600 bill, where the mixed earner status was amended by the 600 bill. So in other words, I'm pretty sure the $100 boost for people in that situation will also be extended through the 29th of August. But it's ridiculous how they're doing it, because basically the way they do it is like, here's the CARES Act, oh, let's amend in the mixed earner thing, and then here's the 1400 bill, and they're like, okay, cool, let's amend in a revised date, and it's a total mess. So if you're wondering about that 100 boost, I'm pretty confident. I'd say 90+% confident the way I've read that. It's that this 100 mixed boost will get extended through August 29th as well. It took a while on that one section there, but there were full federal funding for the first week of unemployment. Usually you have to wait a week to start getting your unemployment compensation. That was replaced by the CARES Act, where they're basically giving you that money earlier than you would ordinarily get it. That is being extended. Then we are also seeing the extension of PEUC, the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation. That's your state eligibility, and that is extended from 24 weeks to 48 weeks. Also, the August 29th a date here, then we have an extension here of short-term compensation will also be extended to August 29th. Short-term compensation, another popular one, and then any kind of the FFCRA unemployment provisions, those are also being extended through August 29th. So really the big takeaway is August 29th, $400 boost, not retroactive, starting on the 14th of March, and that $100 boost, you're in that mixed earner category, should be there as well. Pretty confident of that, not 100% sure on that one because the way they write stuff is insane. Then we've got, let's see, full federal funding of extended unemployment compensation all the way through August 29th as well. And that's pretty much all of it for the unemployment section. It actually takes a whole lot less to explain, a pretty straightforward kind of what we expected, but good for you to actually see it in a video. So alright, stay tuned. I have so far reviewed the 1400 stimulus checks, special details for the child care tax credit, and I will link those in the description if you want them, or in the comment section down below. So thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks a lot and hope to see you next time.